yeah, like some of those videos, like you really need to go back to the Lord and you need to pray about it and be like, hey, like, is this confirmation? Like, is this really of you? Like, is
Right.
this a warning for me? Or because he will tell you if it's true or not. You can't just take what you see online and believe it. You have to test
Right.
the spirits and you have to take it back to the Lord and have him confirm it for you.
What's everybody? Welcome back to today's podcast. Today's podcast is just the original three members. We don't have Wes with us. He's sleeping, supposedly. Um, but no, we'll miss you, Wes. But yeah, so it's just me, Peyton, and Katie, and we have no idea what we're going to talk about. We're going to let the
Special
spirit lead.
guest. We have a special guest. This is
Meow.
Special
Bo.
guest.
This is Bo.
Um,
He's a cute.
he's got his eyes locked in.
Yeah, he does.
Um, but yeah, so
Yeah, we're gonna let the spirit guide like we usually do. So, um, yeah, what is going on?
And you know what else the spirit does? Gives you
what?
discernment.
That is for sure. Yeah.
Something that we need to use, especially in this day and age,
Mhm.
when it comes to videos that you see online, things posted,
People.
people, yeah. Definitely just need to discern. Actually, you know what's funny is I was literally just talking about discernment earlier tonight. Um my boys play with the neighbor boys like every night and they always convince me to go for a walk. But I think the walks are like they try to like get me like, "Oh, let's go get a soda," or "Oh, let's go get ice cream." I'm like, "No, we're going for a walk and we're going home." But we always end up stopping at the neighbor's house. The last two nights we've stopped at the neighbor's house. And we were talking about um I brought up the earthquakes that were happening or have been happening in California. Because they had just recently been to California a couple months ago. And I was just like, hey, like, have you guys heard about all the earthquakes that are happening in California? And they're like, no. I said, I mean, it's not abnormal for them to have earthquakes, but it's very abnormal the amount of earthquakes that they're having. I said, and there's a town like outside of LA that's literally like
Crumble.
breaking. Like it's sinking into the ocean. Like they've had to turn off power and gas. Like these houses are literally crumbling and
Yeah.
falling into the ocean.
Yep.
And they were like, "What?" And I said, "Yeah." And I said, "There's even a guy on TikTok. Like I said, I mentioned, I'm like, he's saying he's a prophet and that God gave him a vision. And he's from Georgia. So he up and left his wife and kids to go to California and warn California that they need to evacuate because he had a vision that there's going to be a massive earthquake that's going to cause a tsunami and basically take out the west coast of the United States. And so I was telling my neighbors this and they were like, "Wow." And it brought up how we need to discern like, because he asked me, my neighbor asked me, he was like, "Oh, like have you seen that prophet who I think you guys know what I'm talking about, the one who had like a vision of Donald Trump getting assassinated or an attempt to he
Mhm.
had the vision of the attempt."
Yes.
Um, and he brought him up and I said, "Yeah, I've watched a couple of his videos, but I said, but my discernment went off." And
Hmm.
he said he agreed. He said, "Yeah." He's like, some of those videos I resonated with. He's like, but some of them, like just something in my spirit was like, no. And I said, "Yeah." So I'm like, I don't watch him. So I was like, but I don't know much about this guy besides what I've seen on TikTok, him just going and door to door and just telling people that God has told him to come warn the people of California that they need to evacuate.
I mean,
Um,
I've always been kind of, I don't know how to say it because I've always had something in my spirit knowing that my area, because I'm in the West Coast,
mhm.
is going to be destroyed. I've always known that. Um, just because I live so close to Yellowstone
Yeah.
and also I live close to California. So I've
Yeah.
always known something is going to happen in my area. I've always felt it. So
But I think the spirit will tell you if you need to leave.
for sure, if I'm supposed to.
Especially, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. And
But
I've
that just
always,
brought up how
yeah.
discernment, like he had mentioned, like you really need, like we really need to discern what we watch, what we hear,
Mhm.
everything. And I agree. That's what I told him. I said, yeah, like some of those videos, like you really need to go back to the Lord and you need to pray about it and be like, hey, like, is this confirmation? Like, is this really of you? Like, is
Right.
this a warning for me? Or because he will tell you if it's true or not. You can't just take what you see online and believe it. You have to test
Right.
the spirits and you have to take it back to the Lord and have him confirm it for you.
Mhm.
Um, because that's another thing that got brought up tonight was fear mongering. I said a lot of the videos with these things are fear mongering, the yeah, the earthquakes, the tsunami, like that kind of stuff can be fear mongering. But at the same time, like God does not give you the spirit of fear. So if
Mhm.
you take it to him, he will ultimately give you peace with it.
Yes. And that's
Yeah, well,
why
see,
I have peace with whatever happens. So,
Right.
it's
Who?
like that lady on TikTok. I don't remember her name. Um, but she used to be a psychic, but now she's like Christian. She claims to be, and
Oh,
like
yes, yes.
I remember her name.
I think her TikTok name is just X Psychic Medium or something.
No, I'm
But
talking about her.
Angie
Like she,
Colette.
yeah, Auntie.
oh no, I blocked her.
And I used to watch her all the time, and yeah, I had to stop watching her because a lot of things she was talking about, there were dates on them. They were not
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah, she some of her videos were genuine, I felt, but then yeah, my discernment went off real bad with her and I had to block her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she hasn't done dates in a long time. I know she apologized about the dates, but a few things that have triggered me on that. Just some things that she would say and do. But then
Hmm.
some things were good, but then I'm just like, she's still a new Christian. Maybe I'll give
Yeah.
her some, but I haven't seen her post in a long time. So after I've like kind of like set my mind to not watch her videos, I haven't seen her in a long time. So maybe that's, the big guy upstairs, but
Well, he told me to block her, so
uh,
but there is another creator that I thought of. She was an ex psychic medium. And so she does like I don't know if she does daily lives, but it literally just says ex psychic medium ask me questions. And she talks about her life as that and like how she came out of that, how Jesus pulled her out of that, and how she basically she's against like all new age, like all of that stuff, and like basically just trying to help people get away from that.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I try to do that sometimes, but because I have a couple of friends that um are into the new age stuff, so
Mhm.
I try to help
Yeah.
them with that.
Yeah, and I feel like there's so many like versions of new age. Like there's so many.
There is, and I have a lot of my Christian friends. Just a few of them don't see it, I guess. There's like a coffee shop in a town next to mine that has like new age Christian stuff. And I've never personally been in it,
Hmm.
but I've heard about it from my Christian friends. Like, oh, it's so cool. You should go in there. No, I'm good. My
Yeah.
discernment says, no, Katie, don't go in there. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
um, so that's why you just gotta have your discernment. Like, just, yeah, I don't feel like it. I'm good.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a lot of my guard is, or I like don't want to go places. I got invited to a wedding not that long ago, and my discernment was like, you don't need to go. And then I think a couple days after the wedding, I got everyone saying, oh, it was such a party, everyone got drunk,
Mhm.
and it was just a blast. You should have been there, Katie. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's discernment.
You're like, maybe pre-Jesus, Katie. Maybe like 5, 6 years ago, Katie. Like,
That would have been Katie. That she would have gone. Yes, she would have, and she would have partied. She would have. Not this one. So that's why we're grateful for the discernment.
yeah, definitely just have God
Right.
confirm things that you're questioning, and
And
he
like,
will answer you.
oh yeah, for sure. And a lot of it, I think, is my Jesus spirit too. Like, I feel bad for, like, you block people, and I feel bad for blocking people. I don't know. I try to
Yeah.
give people the benefit of a doubt, and but I
I mean, I feel like I
probably
do
should block people.
I do that too. Like, honestly, like pre-Jesus Peyton, I was a people pleaser and I would do anything for everyone. And then God basically told me, like, no, you need to create boundaries. Like, you need to, like,
Yeah,
you can't please everybody. You can't get out of the camera.
he's the guest.
Look at it. No, no, look at me. Look at the camera. Say hello. But you can't please everyone. You can't, like, it's okay to say no. Like, that's definitely something within this journey that he has taught me, and that I have to be okay with people being upset with me for saying no.
Yeah.
Because I would drop everything for like my friends and family. And now, like, some of those friends and family definitely took advantage of that
Oh, for
and
sure.
knew that I would drop anything and everything for them. And so when I did start saying no, you could definitely tell they were like, and like,
Oh yeah.
how dare you? And I'm just like,
Mm-hmm.
my
No,
priorities have changed.
It's the same thing. Yeah, I stopped defending myself. I'm kind of like
Uh-huh.
I've stopped defending myself. I've stopped like reacting to what they say about me to my face.
Yeah.
Um, and they're shocked that I don't say anything anymore. Why? Because I'm letting God handle that.
Hmm.
And they can believe whatever they want about me.
yeah,
Yeah. He
no,
sees it all, so I don't need to defend myself.
Right. I don't need to defend myself because Jesus defends me on that cross, and I don't
Hmm.
need to do it anymore.
so
Yeah.
speaking of that, I think we did the podcast last October, and I was talking about how did we do a podcast where I was explaining like me leaving the haunted house industry?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Okay,
was around Halloween.
I think also like I mentioned, I prayed to God. I was like, if that place does not glorify you, like shut it down.
And that's
But
truth. That's truth.
but the reason I bring this up is because we're talking about like discernment, and back then I just had this feeling of like you need to leave, you need to leave, you need to leave, and I had to ask God to make something happen for me to leave, and He did. But then I remember saying that prayer, um, and last week I reconnected with somebody, and it's gotten really bad there, and the place is like on the verge of physically like walls and floors collapsing, and the owner is still treating people very badly
Hmm.
and very bad, and he is still talking about me some. I don't know how much, but I know he is. And I told the person, I said, I see that he's still talking about me. Good for him, because I don't care.
You're poking his spirit still.
Yeah. And so I removed him off of Facebook. Yeah.
And I think we've talked about that. I mean, not on here, but outside of here. Like, I mean, even a couple podcasts, or no, it might even have been last week. We
I
talked
think it
about
was
how,
last week.
I mean, I feel like we've talked about this a lot. Forgiveness and bless it and release it. But
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to, again, I feel like I'm like a broken record. You can forgive people and move on. Like, you don't have to be friends with them. You don't have to do life with them. You can still love them from a distance. and love them like Jesus, but you don't have to associate with them. That doesn't mean that you don't love them, that you don't wish them well, that you don't, want the best for them, but
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't have to associate.
Right. And like my name, like I did so much there that my name was attached to the place.
Mm-hmm.
And now that all this is happening, I'm like, it's like a lot of people, I don't know if they forgot that I was attached to it, or God's just made it where my name is not present there anymore. I don't know. I mean, because this will be the second year I'm not there.
Mm-hmm.
But um but it's just crazy, like, because when I left the owner on my Facebook, like as friends,
Yeah.
trying to be like, um, I guess to like show him that hey, I can do things without you. But the other day I was like, you know what? It's not even worth that. I'm after I heard what I heard,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you know what? I'm just taking him off, and I took him off, and it was like even more freeing than leaving.
Refreshing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's funny you
Yeah.
say that because there's certain people that I probably should block.
mm-hmm.
And I'm sure I probably feel better. I'm hanging on because it's my, like I said, my Jesus spirit. Like I just want to be nice to everybody, but I need
Yeah.
boundaries. I really do.
That
There's
yeah, that would be a boundary. I
hmm
mean, yeah, you can't please everybody.
no. And they're just, I feel like they're just out to get me. Like they're
Mm-hmm.
watching me. I know.
Yeah.
But
Oh, 100%.
I don't know. Yeah. The block button is there for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. But see, like on Facebook, like when I post, I have this one guy in particular. Like anything I post, Jesus thing, he like leaves a laughing like um option, whatever it's
Mm-hmm.
called.
Oh, yeah, the reaction. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, you are sitting here reading my post, which is about Jesus, and then you're laughing at it. So you're obviously seeing Jesus while you're laughing at it. So like that's very like
It's a seed
Hypocritical.
planted.
yeah.
I mean, you are planting a seed,
Mm-hmm.
even if they were being negative towards it. Like
And
he
like
does know Jesus and he knows who he is because you're talking
yeah.
about it.
And
Is it
like
the same person that, because remember you talking about a person who would do that or would comment on some of your things, but then they made a comment or a post about how their neighbors were like blasting worship music and they
no,
were enjoying it. Not the
no,
same person? Okay.
no. That person only comments on stuff that I post that is
Controversial.
well LGBT.
Oh, okay.
Um, but today on TikTok, I did have a guy. I guess it was a guy. I don't know, because their TikTok has literally no posts and no profile picture, so I can't tell.
Mm-hmm.
But they were like FUCK Jesus, and I responded back and I was like, "Thank you for your comment, and just to let you know, Jesus loves you." They
Thank you
responded
for
back,
pushing it out.
and they responded back with the word "you," like YOU, and I responded back like, "Yes?" question mark, and they never
Like they're
responded.
just keep pushing my video out. Thank you. Your
It,
comments are pushing it out.
it's still sad though. It's sad how people just don't see it. It's really sad. Breaks my heart.
Yeah.
But what can you do?
But we've talked about that too, about how once since our eyes are opened, we can't unsee things like people
No,
who are asleep still.
it's hard. You
Mhm. You just want to shake them, Bo. You just want to shake them.
believe me, believe me, if I could put my hands on people, I would.
Oh, well, I just did with my cat. I was like, ah,
Um,
shake him,
yeah,
Bo.
yeah. If it wasn't illegal, But what can you do? All you can do is love them and try to show them the Jesus spirit as much as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Pray for them, love them from a distance,
right. Like,
all the
yeah,
things.
there's those ex-friends that I did block them. I just love them from a distance.
Hmm.
And when I see the smirky faces, I just pray for them. So it's okay. You don't have to love me anymore. So
Did you guys see the funny so you know the Bible teacher,
yes.
Jonah,
Mhm.
on TikTok? He just posted a video today. Um, it was a funny video. Like it basically was like this guy uh it said something about like, oh, you can't if you smoke cigarettes, you can't go to heaven. And it was like a skit where he was like he was at the gates of heaven. He's like, "Oh yeah, we have your name right here. You gave your life to Jesus. You got baptized by the Holy Spirit. You discipled people." Like all this list of like great things, and then it goes, "Oh, I see here that you smoked one cigarette. That is a hard no." And it was something about like automatic help. Like it was,
You
I was laughing so hard. I'm like, but that's what people like, that's how people think. They think that like you can't like you do one wrong thing and you're damned for eternity. Like just like that one cigarette. They're
you
like, nope, check, check, check. Oh, I see here.
yeah, if that was it, then
So funny.
I would be straight down there. I'd be straight to
Oh,
hell.
so funny. I was like, man, that's
But
spot
that is the
on.
grace of Jesus.
Yes. Yes.
Everybody, everybody can go to heaven.
If you haven't seen it after this, you have to go watch it
I'm
because
definitely gonna
I was
go.
cracking up.
When I get settled in my bed, I'm gonna watch it.
Okay. Get in your bed and laugh and then go to sleep.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
Yeah, definitely I'll be watching it.
but yeah, I think God has a sense of humor for sure.
Oh, for sure. He created us. Like, look at us. And
Uh,
he brought us together. That is a sense of humor right there.
right,
I'm just saying.
right.
Especially when I hear you're built.
Yeah.
Why you
Why
built
Why you
over there?
why are you built like a soggy sock?
like
Why
a
you
soggy
like
sock?
soggy everywhere?
What? Oh, but yeah, yeah. We
Why
oh,
you feel like you drink some water from the Dead Sea? Because you're salty.
honestly, the Dead Sea is healing, so I would be probably more alive than I am now.
Hmm.
Oh, no. Yeah, he definitely has a sense of humor. Look at us. Look at us.
Peyton's like, look at me.
I'm just laughing because I don't even know if I can show it.
Don't judge her.
He's got his paw on my laptop. Oh.
He's all into the
He
podcast.
looks like he was about to like use the mouse pad.
Look at his eyeball. It's like right in the corner. There he is. What's up? What's up, yo? What's up, ladies? Follow me on my podcast.
He's like, I'm glad these kids are sleeping. They torture me.
Oh,
They chase him and he runs and hides.
Hmm.
Don't you?
pretty soon, little one,
Hey,
they'll be
so
grown up.
I don't know if this is discernment or not. I think it's kind of like suspicious. Um, but I have a neighbor. They're a police officer. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be
The,
suspicious.
the other day he came over and like he never comes over. He put in the driveway and he was like, "Hey," he was like, "Last night my daughter heard someone messing around outside," and he's from the response I got from him, like he really didn't do nothing about it. Like he didn't go check or nothing. I don't know. And then he said a little bit down the road, like literally 2 minutes away from me, is a wedding venue. And supposedly his house and the wedding venue got broken into. And I'm like, you're a cop. You didn't go outside to look. Your
Yeah.
daughter told you that somebody was outside. I've not heard anything else about this wedding venue getting broken into. Um, you think he was just trying to be nosy?
I don't know, maybe.
Like, was he like, yeah,
Because
was
two
he
years
like
when I went to Passion,
questioning you?
I don't. Well, 2 years ago when I went to Passion, his mom, who was also my neighbor, texted me out of nowhere, like on social media. And I was like, "Hey, my dog is missing. I'm just wondering if you've seen my dog." No, I think you're just messaging me to see if I'm at home.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I remember you mentioning that.
And
You got cameras?
yeah, I do.
Good.
Um, because when he put in my garden, he said that I pulled my phone out and started looking at my phone, looking at the cameras. So maybe he would get
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
um
Dang
yeah.
it, you have cameras, can't sneak around.
Oh, we
Am
can't sneak up on him now,
Yeah, we
Katie.
can't sneak up on
I,
them. I
look,
can't I can't surprise.
Yeah,
I'll
we were
let
gonna
you.
fly in. We were gonna
Here.
just show up.
Okay, cool.
We had a plan.
It'll still be a surprise.
No, we still plan on coming up there, but we gotta
No,
figure out when,
it will
where.
still be a surprise. And I'll just like look at you on camera. I'll let you get to my front door and I'll look on camera and be like, "What's up?"
First off, you gotta hang out with us for more than a day.
Yeah, give us time of day.
If it's definitely here, there's a lot we could do. I feel we can have a bonfire.
That
That'd be a
sounds
lot.
fun.
Yeah.
I can do
Actually, you know what's
bonfires.
funny is we went to the store yesterday and Jackson, we went down like the baking aisle and there was marshmallows. He's like, Mom, we still haven't gone camping. I was like,
Well,
We
guess what? We can go
sorry, buddy.
camping.
He wants
we
to go camping and like we've done like a bonfire and like made s'mores and stuff. But he wants to go camping and have a bonfire and eat s'mores. Like
like
that
we
is
can
his goal.
take this bonfire and camp in the backyard, or that venue that I was talking about, not venue, but that retreat.
Hmm.
Because I'm friends with him. I was talking to him. I was like, what do I have to do to host a retreat there? Because I'm like, how cool would it be to host a TikTok Christian retreat there?
That'd be cool.
Yeah, but
Hmm.
no, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. If y'all just surprised, if y'all just like both come out here, I'll probably be like,
We
oh,
can't surprise you though because you just hang out with us for one day.
whatever.
But we ain't leaving his house, Katie. So he kind of have to.
We're like, we're just chilling.
We're just gonna make ourselves at home.
Yeah. What food do you
Um,
got? I'm gonna go through the
so
fridge.
if you're making yourself at home, that means you gotta help cook, you gotta help clean.
Oh,
Um,
believe me, I will be cooking. I don't need help.
no, yeah.
We gonna have some
So,
farm fresh eggs.
yeah,
Yeah.
you could have limited because yeah, it's crazy. I wish I could ship y'all eggs and know that they would get safe, deliberately safe, because we're literally getting like between my mom and stepdad and everybody, we're getting like 60 something eggs a week.
Shoot,
Wow. I'd take them.
I would take them. I really would because they taste so much different.
They're way better.
Like we've gotten so much eggs,
Stored.
like bored of eggs.
Mhm. Can you can you can eggs?
You
You
can
can.
pickle,
Okay.
You can count eggs. Yes, you can. And they will last for a while. You can.
you can pickle them also.
Hmm. Yeah, you can count them.
Hmm.
They will last up to like 3 years.
Yeah, pickle them without yellow whatever and red 40.
Gross.
Red 40 eggs. Ugh.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the jar of like the pickled eggs when they're in like a red dye?
Uh-uh.
You haven't seen
I'll
what,
show them to you.
what
Like,
about the smoked sausages in a jar?
ew. The pickled sausages?
Yeah, that's red 40 also.
Yeah, I know. Anything red's red 40.
Or Peyton, like in convenience stores, like the individual packets of like the Red Hot Mama sausage,
Yeah,
that's red 40.
of course
Also,
it
did
is.
you know cherry Dr. Pepper has red 40 in it?
Yeah, and that used to
Cherry
be one.
Dr. Pepper.
Cherry Dr. Pepper.
Oh, I don't drink cherry Dr.
Yeah, that
Pepper.
used to be. Well,
But I'm sure Mountain Dew Code Red is red 40.
it is.
That stuff
It
is
is.
so good.
I
I
love
don't
Code Red.
I haven't had that in forever, but that stuff slapped in middle school, okay?
know. I don't know if y'all have them at y'all's location, but the carbonated waters that are called ice.
Yes, yeah.
Sparkling ice?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and they have this like cherry lemon one. It tastes like cherry lemon sundrop.
Yes. They also have fall flavors right now.
Yeah. Well, they have this apple coconut one. It is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Wait, but does the cherry limeade one have red 40 in it?
I don't think so. It's made with real fruit juices.
Mm. I'd still check it.
Oh, I did when I
Check it,
got the
check it.
huh?
Check it, check it.
Speaking, since we're talking about dyes, I literally pulled up this thing and it says, oh, I screenshotted it. It says, me, hi, can I buy some food without the added poison? America, yes, but we charge extra for that.
That's
Mic drop.
We do charge extra for natural flavors.
Mm-hmm.
If it's godly made, it's $100 more.
Yeah. So dumb. So dumb.
Yeah, it's dumb. And half of our stuff is made with soy, which soy is man-made. So,
I've also heard like, so I'm like still new to all of this. Within the last couple of years, I've really kind of woken up to like the dyes, the added stuff, the like you name it. Like,
Mhm.
so I'm still like not like 100% up to speed with everything, but like I just saw something about like seed oils are bad.
mm.
Yes,
Oh. So I'm like, okay, so now what is this? What seed oils are in like what's
everything.
yeah.
So when you look at something that has like vegetable oil, sunflower oil,
Yep.
um, all those oils are bad for you and they clog your arteries.
Okay.
And they cause inflammation in your body. So the good
Yeah.
oil is like extra virgin olive oil,
Yeah.
So you need
avocado oil,
you also
butter,
need
100% butter.
yeah.
Hmm.
You also need to be careful with oils. There is fake olive oil.
Hmm.
So you need to test it. So you have to be very careful.
Yeah. Yeah, I think one of them was like sunflower seed oil or something. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah,
just like,
it's really
dang,
bad for
I
you.
really yeah.
And it's literally in everything.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it is.
So you can't like it's so hard to get away from. But that's why they do it.
Yep, that is why they do it because it's hard to get away from it.
They create the problem to give you medicine.
Yeah.
Big pharma, the biggest corporation in the world.
Yeah.
That could be a whole other
Well,
episode.
but I'll say we should do one on it.
Yeah.
It's bad. It is completely bad, guys.
Yeah.
And they
But
tell you that
do you guys remember that lotion I made for Jackson's warts?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like it completely like took care of all of them. Like they're completely gone. And so I posted in one of these it's like a natural moms group in my local area. And I just like put a message out there and I was like, "Hey, like um basically like, hey, if your kids are suffering from these molluscum warts, like I have a natural like homemade lotion that will take care of them." And I've had a couple moms reach out um and get the recipe, and the one mom the other day was like, "Oh, I literally have all of those essential oils already." And I'm like, it's crazy. And she's like, "Yeah, I was very hesitant on like because her kid was only 4 She's like, I was very hesitant, like, to give meds and like that kind of stuff. I'm like, yeah, I didn't want to, like, the options that they gave me were like, I was like, I'd rather try something more like holistic, and it worked. Crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, God made plants and herbs and all of this stuff to heal our bodies. I mean, there's
Yeah,
reasons for everything. You just have to know the plants and all that stuff
yeah, and how to use them,
and how
and
to use them. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. I'm almost done. He's like starting to like meow at me, like, Mom, it's time for bed.
I'll have to send you guys a video. I did see a video of um a baby that was vaccinated that went into convulsions.
I think I saw it. I had
Eh,
to, I had to scroll.
I think I reposted it, and yeah, I can't do this. Like, this world is just so disgusting
Mhm.
with the big pharma thing. We'll probably have to talk about it on another one, but yeah,
Mhm.
I can't. And I saw another one about abortion, so then that made me cry. Now I'm thinking about it. I
Yeah,
reposted it. But yeah, it's
yeah.
this world
I
is disgusting.
yeah. I
And
mean, I've
they,
had a conversation with somebody recently about like vaccines. And they're not the same as when we were kids. 100% not. Like, yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of the vaccines that I took made me infertile.
Yeah. I think they definitely, well, if you look at infertility numbers from years ago, like 50 years ago to now, 100%.
Sure.
100%.
Especially like from when our parents were children,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But on another podcast, we'll talk
Yeah,
about,
as I say, that's a good topic. So
yeah.
So right now.
Right now, start over.
restart. We gotta wait 10 minutes.
I know, right? Silly Zoom. All right, guys. Well, this is the end of the episode. Thank you for watching, and we love you, and Jesus loves you.
Bye, guys.
Guys.
Bye.